Welcome back to my diary. And if you're new here, in this space, I talk about forex related stuff, the mistake I've made, and most important, the lesson that I keep making every day so that I can share with you. By the way, I've missed so much saying about this intro. I almost forgot about it. But anyway, if you find this video very interesting, kindly hit that subscribe button, comment, tell me what you think about the video, and let's grow together. And in today's video, I don't know even to talk much. I just want to do a recap on the USD card, the analysis that I did like 2 weeks ago. You can just go and watch the previous video before this one and before the last video that I posted so that you can connect with what I'm saying. But do you know the patience it takes for you to analyze the chart and you allow the market to play? Like it takes a lot of time. And I know I've not been consistent like before because I said I do have online classes, so sometimes they take a lot of time for me. By the time I'm done with classes, so that by the time I just want to do a video, it takes a lot of time. But anyway, I have to be committed. Like I just have to balance the classes, the YouTube, the all that. I just have to balance because I believe in life. It is all about balancing. Again, if you want to join my classes, I do offer online classes from Monday to Friday. That is true, but saying from for tweaks, it doesn't mean like it is exactly tweaks because I believe we are not genius. I never took 2 weeks for me to understand all this that I have in my head. So when I just say tweaks, I mean I'll give you like the theory part for tweaks. Then after the tweaks, then it is my part to help you get through to understand what I've been teaching you and practice. Okay, that is why I keep saying I offer free mentorship because even if I give you the notes, like I just teach you for tips, you can understand. Like you can just buy a book, you can just go to YouTube and you can learn. But practice, the experience, that one is the one that takes a lot of time. So if you feel like you want to join my class, again, my classes goes for 2 weeks depending. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will be exactly it can even take a month. We don't take information the same way. Charges goes for $200 if you're not in Kenya, but if you're in Kenya, that is 26,000 Kenyan shillings, and it is constant. And I believe someday that value will shoot. For now, that is the charges, and I feel like there are others who feel like I can be giving them signal. If you also want to have signal, it's okay. I can just be telling you the setup that I have, then it is still okay. And of course, I'll have to charge because if I can tell a person, can you just go and look at this chart, and they analyze the same way I've already analyzed, that is just like reading my mind. Anyway, let's get into today's video, and I want us to look at USD card from the weekly. Of course, when you come into the market, one thing that you have to come into the market, you have to do what you call top-down analysis. Any day you open a chart, you have to start with something we call top-down analysis. Top-down, let me just be writing top-down analysis, analysis. So anytime you come into the market, you must do a top-down analysis. And in this case, I love starting with the weekly. Then after weekly, then I'll go to the daily and I'll go to the 4 hour. These three, they show me the direction of the market because at the end of the day, I have to know the direction of where the market is going because trend will always be your friend. And by the way, if you can notice, the way I started trading, the way I started my video, these days I'm improving a lot because I believe if you are teaching another person, you have to improve, like you have to keep on improving and teaching things that they are simple so that even a person who have never had the term forex, they can just understand. So if you compare the memory that started the YouTube with the person that I'm analyzing the chart now, we are two different people. And I'm not saying that every day I make profit. Yes, I do encounter losses, but I try as much as possible to improve on myself so that I can help my students improve on whatever they are doing. Okay, so you can just join my class by the way. There are questions, there are so many things that I try as much as possible, and I will work with your pace because I believe there are people who work during the day and at night they are free. It is still okay. So whenever you come to the market again, you must do a top-down analysis and you have to start with the weekly, daily, and 4 hour. Then the lower time frame, that is from the 2 hour, 3 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, all those ones they are used for I use them for entry 1 hour, the 30 minutes. I love 30 minutes more. Then you can also use the 15 minutes for entry. Always remember that even before you do anything, just start with the top down analysis with any pair, and remember the higher time frame will always tell you the direction of the market. Only that it takes a lot of time for the market to shift to help the direction you want. But if you are using the lower time frame, if you are a scalper, it is okay. You can use the daily, the 4 hour, 30, 15 minutes for entry. But because as for us, I don't believe in something that you just want to make money today. I believe in analyzing the chart today, then you allow the chart to unfold slowly by slowly. Okay. So after there, the next thing that you have to know after you've already analyzed the chart, remember where do you have your area of interest. And in this case, just your area of interest, point of interest, area of interest, whatever you want to call it, I'll call it support and resistance. Just simple things, don't complicate things. And in this case, support, you can call it an area where the market bounces, an area whenever the sellers push the market down, the buyers they are willing to push that market up. These are areas like where the market, whenever in our weekly, daily, they are respected. Okay, I just want to give you a tip of how I teach in my class. And in my class, I also use even Kiswahili because I believe like we just have to use all the language for us to understand. Support, you can do. Have you ever heard people saying order blocks, bullish? I don't know. All those supply and demand. All those ones they fall under support and resistance. Okay. After you have already known support, then you must find your area of resistance. In this case, you must know where your resistance is. Let me use a bigger size so that you can see, because I'm using a smaller size. Let me use a bigger size like that. Let me use this one also a bigger size so that you can understand. So I hope by now you can already see what I'm trying to tell you. After you have already analyzed the chart, mark your area of support and your area of resistance. You don't need so many lines. You just need to know where your market is heading and your point of interest. And from your point of interest, only then you can now know if this is my, let me say, if for example, this is my area of interest and this one is support, then I expect my resistance to be around this area. Okay, because the resistance will always be above. Like just take resistance as a roof, and support you can take it as a floor. So whenever you come into the market and you are at the support, you are not supposed to be selling, you are supposed to be looking for buys. Whenever the market comes, and as long as it does not violate our support, it can come and bounce around this area. But as long as it does not violate our support, we are just supposed to be looking for our buy. And the only way we can say our market is heading to our resistance, it has to break this structure. It has to break this structure so that we know our market is heading to our resistance. So even if you have a market, like, let me just take you through something, because today I just want to teach you so many things before I analyze the USDCAD. Whenever you have a market that is going like this one, we call this one an uptrend market. Only when this market come and break this lower high low that was created, only then we can say the market has shifted. But even if the market come to this zone, it has not broken this structure. So this is still a bullish market, only that this is a structure within this bigger structure. Okay, so this is a bullish market. Only when this structure has already broken down, we can say it has already shifted. But if it has not broken, then you cannot have a low. We only have a high low, but you don't have a lower low. So be careful whenever you're analyzing the market. So you can have this structure, and if the market come and break at the top, we still continue with the buy. So after there, I hope you have understood what I'm just trying to say in a quick video. So the only way we can say the market has shifted if only we had this structure being broken below. But if it has not been broken below, you are supposed to be looking for buy, but you're not supposed to be looking for buy if you don't even know where the weekly is heading to. So first thing, you come to the market, know where the market is heading, starting from the weekly, daily, and the 4 hour. Then you can find your point of interest, because the market, as much as it is heading up, there is a place where the market will come and break structure, creating high high and high low. Then from there, after marking your support or the resistance, then you can go to the lower time frame. After the daily and the weekly, they have already, and like always have two time frames that they're speaking the same language. Especially if the daily and the weekly they're speaking the same language, you can just wait for the 4 hour to shift and you can continue with the overall direction of the trend. I'm just trying to make it as simple so that you can understand how I analyze the USD card and how it played it out. Coming to a USD card, I'm not going to say a lot, but by the time I was plotting this market is already bullish. Why am I saying that? By the time I was analyzing this market, it was around this area. I don't know how to do that backtesting, but anyway, it was around this area. And for me to say that this market has fully shifted, of course, I have to see this structure being broken. Like, this is the last structure, the last high low that was created. Even if it comes so many times and it taps this area, as long as it is not violating, like as long as this body did not close below this one, we are still bullish. But if we had a red candle, a strong red candle closing below this area, then we could have said, oh, the market has already shifted and now we are looking for sale. But you see, the market never closed below, so it was just at a strong area of interest. And in this strong area of interest, I call it a support. Why am I saying that way? Because you can see from the previous data, and I keep saying, from the previous data, you can just see whenever the market comes around that area, it always reacts. So this is a strong area of interest where you can just say the market was just pulling back to continue with the overall direction. And again, where do you find our second area of interest? And that is our resistance, because you say this is our support. I'm just making everything as simple as possible and plain clear. Where is our resistance? This should be our resistance. Can you see this area? I'm using a line chart before I go to the candle, because sometimes the candle, they do confuse. Now, can you see this is our last high that was created before the market went down. You can see this huge move. Even no matter how the market tried to go down, even if the buyers came, they still failed to break this high. So this still remain our high. Even if they come, they consolidate around this area, it is none of our business. We still know that the weekly is still bullish. Okay. And now when we go to daily, now when you just even use the line chart, the candle chart, you just have to write, oh, my weekly is bullish. Just write it like that. My weekly is equals to bullish. So at least we know we have one time frame that is speaking our language. And now, when we come to daily, we have to see, because we just have to ensure that majority of our time frame is supporting our buy or our sell. When you come to daily, of course, you can just see. Remove this one. Assume this one is not there. Just assume the whole of this is not there. I don't know how I can make you assume, but anyway, I just want to show you how I was analyzing this market. Just assume this is not there. Let me just even put color. What? Which color do I put? A black color, so that you can try and assume it was not there, like this, like that. Assume it is not there. You can see already the daily we are bearish. Why am I saying this one? Can you see the last structure? It was broken with the body. You can even use again the line chart. Can you see how the structure has been going from here? After the market has been going down, you can just follow along. But anyway, after the market has been going down, you can see the last structure was broken. It even came and broke this one. So on daily, by then we were bearish. Okay. If we were bearish, of course, now we know, oh, weekly we are bullish, daily we are bullish. Say daily we are bearish, meaning even the 4 hour already we are bearish. But remember, we are at where are at our own, we are at a very strong point of interest, and in this case, it is a support. Whenever you are at support, you have said you are not supposed to be selling. You are supposed to be buying. Okay. And if I was supposed to continue the trend, because you can see weekly we are bullish, daily we are bearish, and 4 hour we are on a clear down. Like we are heading down. Can you see this huge move? So if I was to continue selling, I was supposed to wait for this candle to come and break here from the daily to retest. Then I could have already gone to the lower time frame and look for what? Then I will have already looked for sell. But you see, at this support, we have said we cannot be selling. So that is why my mind of selling just disappeared and I was focusing more on buying. So I told myself, if I'm to buy this market, of course I just have to wait for the daily and the 4 hour to align, because if I have my point of interest and I have my weekly saying we should be buying, then I just have to wait for whoever wins the battle, I will follow. That is why I was waiting for the 4 hour to come and break this resistance, because of course if you're on 4 hour, you can see this is a resistance, and I was waiting for the 4 hour to come and break this resistance. Then I can now start buying. And when I mean I can start buying, if the 4 hour come and break this resistance, of course they will have to retest. And you can see the candle. Let me now remove this one. You can see the candle that came and broke this market here using the 4 hour. It is a big candle. This is more of a pin bar, a bullish pin bar. So I was supposed to wait for the retracement trend so that I can now continue buying the market. Can you see how I'm using the time frame and my point of interest to enter the market? Because by the time you are waiting for the daily, this is how the candle will be, and that is now why we have to go to the 4 hour to see what is happening to the market. This is a very strong resistance, because you can see for so many hours this each and every candle represents 4 hours. You can see so many candles here, and the moment they broke here, this is more of an evening star. But since they could not break downward, I was waiting for buy. Now I went to the lower time frame. I've said the lower time frame, we use the lower time frame for entry. Going to the 1 hour, this is what I saw. You see, when you go to the lower time frame, one, you have to see a pattern, and in this case I was using a head and shoulder, the inverted one. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. So the moment they broke, when you go to 4, you just see a strong bullish pin bar. But now when they broke, I was just waiting for the retest, and I entered around this area. Even if you just go even to the 30 minutes, I entered around this area, and that is how I entered this market. You see, after coming down, they retested again. I entered around this area, and the market has been going up so well. And this is where the current market is. And I believe this market, at least it will continue going up. But now we have another strong area of interest. For this market to continue buying, it has to break here, then it will continue. But that is the update of the USDCAD, and I hope now you know that it takes a lot of time for the pattern to complete. But as